then you gotta breathe.
It's a hard joint. Well, yeah, like I was saying, there's one specific phone call that I received that I guess wanted to take me to task for saying Fabulous is not a gangster. I want to say, who the fuck you talking to? Like I said, I don't want to be antagonistic. I don't want to incite anything or create any air that further distances the gap between me and dudes who may be more young, much younger than me. I would like to actually close that gap and let dudes know that I reach out to dudes, man. Like, I got love for dudes, even if dudes don't got love for me or don't got love for themselves or whatever the case may be, because you can't love me unless you love you. And what I'm seeing and what I remember from my own youth is that there was a lack of love for myself in terms of not being, what's the right word? Like, what's the right way to say it? Oftentimes, we are influenced by certain things that go on around us. And I explain this to my daughter, who's 16 years old. So I definitely don't have no time to be arguing with no kids. I'm telling you something for your own good. Take it or leave it. It's your choice. But believe you me, I'm not sitting up on this little set telling you anything wrong, but I speak from a position of realism. I'm not speaking from no PR or no spin. I'm not speaking in terms of what we want to pretend things are. I'm speaking for what things are. And I explained this to my daughter. I said, look, because she's into this thing about having her own expression and expressing who she is and so forth and so on. 2 different color shoelaces and all these type of things that I used to do. So I don't knock her. Okay, rock your rock, whatever the case may be. But the point that I'm making is that it's hard for you to tell me that you're expressing yourself if when you go to school, people could tell where you're from by the way you're dressed. Like, in other words, there's certain dudes you could look at and say, and even when I was younger, there were certain dudes who you could look at and say, that dude is from the Bronx, that dude is from Brooklyn, that dude is from Queens, that dude is from Jersey. And to this day, you could tell certain hoods that dude is from by the way they're dressed. So if there's a characteristic that's showing me where you're from, then that shows me that you was influenced by your environment. And you can't tell me everybody in the environment thinks alike. So there should be some differences in forms of expression. More differences than there are. More drastic differences in your forms of expression. So that being said, I've come to understand that dudes like to fit in, but stand out just enough to get noticed, but in some ways still be grouped within this category. You understand what I'm saying? So if a dude is getting certain money, he wants people to know he got money. There's certain things we like to buy in the hood to make people know we got money. But then when you get a little older, you might want to buy a different watch that somebody in the hood may not have heard of, that when they look at you, they might not even know you got money. But then dudes who got money, they know what that watch is. But all that being said, it's a dangerous game you're playing by trying to pretend that you're something that you're not. And a good majority of your dudes, I can look in your eyes and tell that you're not what it is you're pretending to be. I can see that in your eyes. And like I said, there are some dudes out there who's really built for that. But those are not the dudes who cry when the consequences of that behavior come about. Oftentimes, dudes get themselves into these circumstances and situations, and then when these situations, when you're pretending, but the realities come back from these situations. You understand what I'm saying? Because I see dudes that got guns, carrying on as if Smith & Wesson only made one gun. Glock only made one gun, and you got it. Until that other dude beat you to that drawer. I seen a lot, man. I seen a lot. I seen dudes hit Shay on themselves and everything. I seen a lot. But whatever it is, what it is. You live your life the way you choose to live it. But my suggestion to you is that you get yourself in tune with something progressive, because if you don't notice, you're not paying attention. But the technology that's taking place, the technology that's available in this world now makes it real hard to beat the police. It makes it real hard to, like, the better you get at crime is the more likely it is you're going to get caught. Because you'd be surprised the type of technology that's available. There's cameras everywhere, but that's the least of it. I'm talking about, it's getting to the point now where they can, you know, attract DNA through the slightest particles of you, my clothes. There's certain strands of hair or whatever that may have come off of my clothes that'll lead a dude right back to you. So when you get into a tussle with somebody, there's evidence left on this dude. But the technology is even beyond that. In terms of surveillance or what have you, it's going to get to the point where some of you 21-year-old dudes, by the time you're 35, money will be obsolete. All your life's worth will be on a card, on your fingertip or something crazy. So as far as, like, if you get money, you better be saving it. If you're not getting money in that, and you pretending to get money, stop pretending, man. Get your life in order so that you can move forward into the future. I want to play another video, though, from someone who, I bet they wish they would have squared up a little bit.